Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager 2020. This is Career Mode, episode number 41. At the Giro d'Italia, it's stage number 5. And if you followed the last episode, you would know that I did not bring a team to this one that was going to be competitive in any actual sort of way. Originally, I was going to bring Tantoni along and hope for KOM, as he wasn't going to have any proper support at this one, and instead left him behind to prepare for the Tour de France, the one that my sponsor does care about, and in that case it eased the burden. There's no real pressure here at the Giro. What I did bring is all my sprinters, and for that I am giving it everything. We're going for broke, all or nothing in these sprints. So we're being bold, we're being aggressive. We're not just going for minor placings. 6th, 7th, 8th is where I could probably pull off realistically under normal circumstances. I'm throwing caution to the wind and getting that off chance that we set ourselves up right, get it just, inch perfect, throwing everything at it, that we might pull off a victory instead of a 6th place, which means absolutely nothing. We're not strong enough to win sprints on merit. We're not strong enough to win points classification or a KOM or place well. Rainsford's 20th right now, but we haven't gotten into any major climbs. He's not going to hold that position. Maybe he does, but what's 20th? It's nothing. So we go for broke. So this is not normal tactics. It's likely not going to work even once. But if I get it just right, and it does work, we win a stage. And then huzzah. So here we are. Let's set up for it. One thing holding me back is what should be my best sprinter, Monotoglu, caught a virus 4 or 5 days before the race started. And it looked like he was going to be okay. It was only going to last 2 or 3 days, maybe a week. And then it hit a lingering status. It got worse. I still need him though. We really can't do it without him. When the sprint stages are done, and if he still hasn't recovered, we'll pull him out and send him home and have him withdraw from the race. But while we still have sprints to do, I need him. But he's got a -3 today. Not looking good for him. That hurts our chances a little bit. But today, at least, German looking pretty good. And Alves Machado also looking pretty good. So Monotoglu is going to lead out the lead out. And maybe that improves our chances just slightly. In fact, you know what? We're going to put him even higher up the order. We're going to put Granigan. And that's going to really ease the Monotoglu issue quite a bit. And all 5 sprinters then are, okay. Alright, so we have 13k to go. I'm not even going to use Banijek's gel just yet. We're going to go ahead and get Lopez pulling us out front a bit. And we're already lining up behind him. Let's go ahead and take this space out here to the right. Pull through Lopez. Okay, 11k to go. We're going to speed up a little bit more. We need to actually get out front for this tour. Like I said, we are going to go for broke on this. And you can see him at a 94. Hofstede is outpacing him quite thoroughly. Banijek, we're going to get him ready. 8k to go. Alright, Lopez. Time to get going. 7k.
A fall has just happened in the Peleton. Several riders are on the ground.
Okay, and done. And Lopez finally gets us out front. 6k to go. Exactly. That is time to use everybody's gel, by the way. And we're off to the races with Banijek now, who has that really good flat rating. Lopez, you're done. This should keep us out front. And as we get down to it, we're going to be able to sprint with these guys. In fact, we're almost to that point now, 3.7. So, we're going to go early. It's a 7-man sprint, right? So, we're going to give full speed. Okay.
Again,
Now Rainsford, who is not a sprinter, but we've got this little technical section here. Somehow doing damage behind him. I'm not sure why when Rainsford's not a sprinter, but okay. 2.5. Hawaiian. Remember, this is go for broke mode. So we go early. We get ourselves out front. And so far, so good. We have that perfect position. Alves Machado, half energy now, but it's already under 2K. And he's still got 4 guys in front of him to keep pushing tempo. Try to keep him out front. That's the whole point. But we're not breaking off things behind us. However, if I go Rainsford right in line, if we break that line, we might just get something going. In fact, you're going to sprint now, and then we're going to get you to also try. If we can squeeze these guys out of the line, we might get a little break. Okay, here comes the actual, there goes Van Poppel, Eekhoff. I mean, look how early they're going. It's like 1.4K from the finish. They shouldn't be able to go this hard, this early. But that's what happens when you've got an 80-something sprint. Stamina to go with it. Van Poppel looks to be leading out Eekhoff. He is. So Van Poppel's leading out Eekhoff, and that's bad news for me. Looks like maybe second place is kind of what I'm pulling for here, but there goes Grad again. Not strong enough. That means we're on to Jamon. Final kilometer. Still in a good place here. Okay, Alves Machado with what he has left. This is the strongest position we've been in, and this will be a good result. Can I grab a podium? That's going to be hard. Denise looks like they are cruising to victory on this one. Bonifacio is going to be hard to beat. Machete is fading, I think. I think Machete is starting to fade. Toynes is going to be hard to beat. Is that fourth? Can I beat Mazzato and... Who's that? No. Not sure who that is. Alves Machado. This is a good lead out. Strong lead out. It's still, we're just not fast enough. And that's the problem. Jamont's going to still have a good finish. Alves Machado is going to maybe... we're going to have 5th and 6th. Yeah, 5th and 6th. Top 5 on the stage. Not bad. Not bad. Still, it's not enough. That was go for broke, and we made it. Energy-wise, we made it. So, we didn't fade. So that was good. It's still not strong enough, and I just don't think we are. And that's why we're not going to spend 21 stages and, 6 episodes going through the Giro d'Italia when we're just not good enough here. We're putting our eggs in a couple baskets, well, mostly one, right? Sponsor-wise, Tour de France. Going for the stage win there. Going for my strongest riders there. Punchy riders, KOM, compete for things there. Vuelta, I think I'm going to try to see how well we can do GC with Tantoni there. So we are doing something with it. By that point, objective doesn't matter, even though we do have an objective, and it is a stage win. I don't need to bother with that. We're just going to do what we can. But here, we're doing something. It's what we're capable of. It's a little late for some of these guys that might be on their way out. Hopefully not, but obviously Zeta, right, is going to be beyond affordable for us. We're still going to go ahead and take a look through the entire squad, try to adjust training for some of these. We have guys that we're developing in certain areas, and we have a few few riders that have developed well, but they've had a single focus, and they're only developing a few attributes to become something. They're not that well balanced, and pro cyclist mode, right? Constantly switching to get the right balance on the team and develop more than one attribute. And in career mode, it is a little harder to micromanage that because you don't know when they level up. And I wish there were indicators. I think this game would do well to give you some sort of email from your trainer that's like, oh, so-and-so is looking really good in training right now. And what it really means is, they leveled up. So you could see that development of attribute points through some form of, proper indicator. Obviously, it's not realistic in real life. And so I could see it being some sort of, behind the scenes of, like, blah, 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 looking really good. Well, anyway, we're going to take a moment to kind of catch up on where we're at for these riders. Zeta has not leveled up yet this year, but obviously really strong in a few areas. What could I do to develop him? I could go puncher and get a little more there, which could definitely push us towards wins, or the sprint acceleration. Right? Those two things would have a real impact on Zeta. But continuing to train him in Northern Classics, not the obvious way to go. But which one, puncher or sprinter, is, both of them are going to get you. I think out of puncher, you're going to get the acceleration and the hills rating. And for us, the sprinter one's long term, as it's pretty low. The puncher one's going to have immediate effect if he levels up. If we get 2 more points on hills, he could get us quite a few more wins immediately this year. So we'll go for puncher on Zeta. Alves Machado, I think obvious, staying with sprint, as he's still got plenty of growth to do, has not leveled up this year. Athil, good potential. What we look at, still not strong anywhere, so we're probably going to stick with the puncher route. It has not leveled up yet this year. Danijek, definitely not Parador. You're going classics, and that is, a couple rating at 70. And stamina coming up. I'm completely fine with that still being a thing. Last leveled up in March. Barta, probably going the time trial route. Yes, I have no real strong rider here. We'd love to see, the occasional stage win or something that's Barta's area of strength. So yeah, I'm totally fine with keeping that the same. A lot of them are going to stay the same. There's really only a few that are going to be ready to see a new arc. Like Amanatoglu, still need to work on that sprinting. We need the stamina resistance to come up as well, but we need to actually get to that point where we have a rider or two who can do something. Look at last year or something. No, okay, nothing showing up on his, which means he hasn't evolved at all since we signed him. He's new to the team this year. Garrison. Kind of balanced. Actually, Garrison looking a lot like my pro cyclist rider. Very balanced. Some mid 60s and then a bunch of low 70s. That is so much like, except for the potential's higher, as I set it to the lowest. And we're set to stage racer. Really, there's no right way to go with him at the moment. Evolution-wise, it's only leveled up 3 times. In all this, he's a high potential. And in 2 years, he's leveled up just 3 times, including once immediately. And he's this low on the average. not doing so well. He is due again because January was the last time. Grant again, sprint, obvious. Also due, November was his last level up. Got a lot of riders that are overdue for their next level. And I've got good trainers. I've got better trainers right now than I've had. Jermon, obviously, sprint. Leveled up in March. I mean, at this point, that's the most recent we've seen is March. Lopez, probably something to do with climbing. Not much potential, though. And yes, we are set to climber. Not going to be great as a puncher, so I'd rather have him support for both. So climber is certainly where I'm happy with that. Moreno should be developing. I don't think has developed much. Already has some acceleration, has some downhill, which is nice. Has some stamina. So you're looking like a climber, and there wasn't much here, but there was a level last September. The previous March, that was a good jump right there. There's a little development here, very minor, in January. Right, we saw just a little bit pop up. That's an awkward level up, right? Looks like he gained a single attribute point somewhere in stage racing. That's weird that nothing else went up. Hawaiian. Downhill rating. Fantastic downhill rating. Not good at anything else. It's so awkward, Hawaiian. Potential's not great. This is somebody we're going to be letting go of this season, I think. We've got him set as a sprinter, and it just hasn't developed. Remember, he was our best sprinter first season with the team. Has since become kind of our fifth sprinter, our early lead out guy. Nothing in 2 years. Ouch. Rainsford, no potential, but has been good for us. Puncher is what he's set to. I wonder if I want to change that to a climber. Leveled up twice for a no potential kind of guy. Let's go ahead and change this to a climber. He's balanced. I think I could use more support climbers than anything else. He's not going to be a leader, especially with low potential. Rodriguez. Time trial prologue is definitely a strong suit for him. Good resistance. Stage racer. I like that. That comes with the climbing and the time trialing. So, yeah, we'll keep that. Hey, somebody leveled up recently. Okay. He was already a 73, though, wasn't he? Apparently the average went up. Apparently he was a 71. Or maybe a 72. So, it has gone up. That was a decent level up. Third time he's leveled up since joining us. Coming from a 72? Oh, okay, no. That's 72.5. I think he was already a 73, but he stays a 73. This is 70, this is 75, so that's 72.5. So he started as a 71. Maybe just high enough as a 72. So these three level ups haven't changed that much, actually. Telford, super high potential, hasn't done much. Classics clearly is his strong suit, and we'll continue to develop that. Has leveled up, so I have had a couple guys recently. Telford coming along. That classics rating, seen a pretty good jump. And twice, pretty recently, he's leveled up. Be nice if he starts developing. Right now, he's still very affordable. Is he one of my originals with the expiring this year? Yes. Should be able to re-sign for almost nothing. Could he actually be our next Zeta with a really good cobble flat stamina rating that could be the classics rider? He wouldn't be as popular as Totally Unknowns. Right now, I should be able to sign him for minimum. Could actually still develop. I mean, he's got high potential. He's developing pretty rapidly. Now, Tintoni's that tricky one, right? Fairly known, a 76. It's going to be very iffy if we bring him back. 80 mountain rating, but needs stamina resistance. Has the acceleration, which is nice. The time trial rating is terrible. For this, where to go with this, right? Just specifically time trial? Probably. That really doesn't change his value much at all. If we increase the time trial rating a bit, he leveled up in March. He's leveled up quite a few times. I mean, there's 4 level ups in this stretch, and this is just less than 2 years that we're looking at here. Tony's definitely done well, and looks like he'll continue to do well. For Mark, that Continental reputation is going to hurt our chances of re-signing him. All 3. I could be losing all 3. Still developing as a puncher and doing well. I think you've got to keep it up. Develop that strong suit, make him capable of winning some races. Eventually you want to switch that over and develop a few other things. He also just leveled up, I think, after that win, actually. Still a 75, though. That hasn't changed. It's been 75 for a while, just something went with it. Alright, so only a couple changes, but kind of a good checkup on where we're at. I think we have at least 1 sprint stage left on the Giro, and then we have that training camp coming up, a couple non-consequential races that we'll be bursting past, and then it is on to the Criterium Dauphiné. Stage 7 now. It's our 4th sprint stage of the race. There are 2 more, so there are 6 sprint stages in all. Unfortunately, Monotoglu, who I was hoping would recover soon, it's been the opposite, and he has withdrawn himself from the race due to his virus. We are down essentially our top sprinter, or at least our second best sprinter. Definitely between him and Alves Machado on any given day, with Germán kind of the occasional third competitor for that. So that hurts our chances in these last 3 sprint stages by a fair bit. Alves Machado +2, Germán +2, Wyatt a +3 today, Grant again on a 0. So at least the 4 that remain are looking pretty good for that, but we are down a man. Like I said, that does hurt those chances by at least a bit of a margin. So Lopez is going to go ahead and get water one last time. That was the climb of the day. It's mostly flat from here to the finish, though there was a bit of an incline towards the end, the last 30 kilometers or so. So we do need to keep an eye out for that on this one. But we try and try again. Next episode, we'll get those last 2 sprint stages in today. Hello, late breakaway here. Oh, that's for the sprint point. Okay. Minor placings on those. Again, we are not bothering with that because we're just not strong enough, and we're going kind of on a daily basis. Who's the strongest? Who's going to give us a chance? 22K to go. Here's that little hill. The breakaway is attacking itself. Let's go and bring it on down. We are definitely getting into final stages here. 17K to go, now 15K to go.
The finish line is getting close. The riders have
Big
just
acceleration,
15
breakaway's
kilometers
done, they've already been caught. Sunweb feeling pretty good about their chances with Ekoff and his insanely quick speed, 12K to go. I'm going a little bit later now as I have one less rider in the mix. Yeah, probably going Alves Machado, I would imagine, yes. Yeah. Doesn't surprise me. But is Owain better than Granigan? Probably not. No, he is not. Okay. Rainsford a -2. Banajek a -1. I'm just glad it's the sport riders and not the main guys. I'll set you to a 94 here. It's already 11.6. We need to get out there pretty quick. And there is that uphill, slight uphill, within this last 10K.
Riders are entering the last 10 kilometers of the stage.
Not sure why we've got guys that are down on their red bar. Lopez is not this fast. He's a 66 on the flat and
The
only
sprinters
going
are
to
positioning
94.
themselves up front. It'll probably
Banajek's okay, but
finish.
everybody else, a little pain. Inserted into the group. A little surprised by that. 7.4K. Banajek. Okay, bring it forward. Lopez, go ahead. Go to the back of the group. There's always that chance that I can get out front and then create a little separation. Kind of cheese my way towards that. We might do that.
The riders are entering the last 5 kilometers of the stage.
But we're already down to 4K, so Banajek's going to accelerate. And quite out there. We're going to watch from here. If we can get just a little bit, Lopez could just drop off and go slow, and it opens a gap. But we could already see Sunweb with a strong lead out and two kind of quick step, both coming for us. Who is it? Yeah, Ekoff, of course, and it's Jakobsen leading out. Steinle? Oh no, Stibar. Why Stibar? Machete is there, already coming. Groenewegen is there. It's Jakobsen. It's just a two-man lead out. Jakobsen, by the way, I couldn't tell you what the name of the race is right now, but just nasty crash brought on by this man. Nearly died. Alright, Rainsford, 3.9K. Full 99. Full gas, 99. Come on now. Okay, now 3.5. Now you give me your sprint. There you go. A little bit technical through here, but it's already getting swallowed. We're already getting swallowed up by these guys. My team just way too damn slow. Sunweb, their lead out, already getting past us. Granigan, 2K to go.
There goes the sprint. The strong men are giving their all.
And look at that. Granigan just losing ground. He's on full sprint, and he's just losing ground like crazy. German Gel has not kicked out. German with good enough pace to get us forward again and bringing us into a good position for these last 500 meters. But to win, I have to be out front. I can't get swallowed up by the other teams, which is what keeps happening. I just keep getting swallowed up. We're not fast enough in that lead out. 500 meters, Alves Machado can get a decent result here. But when there's already 6 riders out in front of him, plus his lead out, German, it's just not enough. It's not enough. You got 1 rider fading, 2 riders fading, and it's going to get us another top 5. It's a good result. Top 5. But it's just not enough. Groenewegen for the win, Denise, Jakobsen, Bonifacio, and then Alves Machado. We beat a lot of great riders. I mean, we're punching way above our weight here. But it doesn't amount to anything. Top 5 on a stage at the Giro. Sponsor doesn't care.
And here are the race highlights.
So here's where things stand through a third of the Giro d'Italia. Rainsford is 22nd, 3 minutes and 18 seconds behind race leader Sergio Higuita, Bookman Pogacar Yates. Wow, hello, 24-year-old Ineos rider, of course, with an 80 climbing. Nice. There's Bernal, the actual leader. Noldi, Carapaz. Carapaz is here too. Dunbar. Dang, they're going to be tough to beat in this race. This is why I'm not worried about it. We're 60 points behind already. Rainsford 5th on the under 25s, so that's not bad. But as a team, 21st. This is not a team capable of a GC position, and this is why we're just focused on one thing. For Mark, it was a dossier day, and for Mark was added to that list, so we'll get him up to that 100%. See if we can get him re-signed. Alaphilippe is leading the World Tour rankings. For Mark is 17th after that big win that he had. Tony is 9th on the Super Prestige. Except we're punching way above our weight. But we're middle of the pack. World Tour rankings, which is better than I expected. And 7th in the Super Prestige. We're doing much better in those Continental Pro races where the best of the other teams aren't quite there. And, all in all, this is not bad. It's not bad. We've done better than I thought. And a lot of you actually had faith and thought that I would be okay. Yeah, looks like you were right. Job not done, though. Job is definitely not done. And I don't think we've gotten any sort of recognition in this. No, those top fives have not amounted to anything. They just are what they are. But that big thing is, even with a successful season, our 56 is only going to go to a 68,000. 12,000 more. It's not bad. That is not bad. But it's, it's still a really small budget. Really small budget. Even 100,000 is still a small budget. So we are a long, long ways from staying. I think we are going to yo-yo. I think we're going to be Continental Pro next season, just because we can't afford, and we're losing our 3 top riders potentially. Have to stay young, keep growing, bit by bit. We'll be able to afford a little bit better, and have to keep developing in-house. But until that budget actually hits something respectable, we're not going to be able to retain any of our young, growing, developing riders. That's going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button. I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.